Hi, my name is Chris D. Sham. Over the course of my career, I've been brought into environments and organizations where something critical was broken, whether it was a product that missed its market, sales team generating activity but no pipeline, or a platform with strong technology but no commercial traction. What I do is diagnose what's actually failing beneath the surface, rebuild the go-to-market system from ground up, and turn that into measurable revenue outcomes. Today, I want to share how to rebuild a broken GTM from the ground up. The first thing you want to do is diagnose the system, not just the symptoms. Most companies assume they have a sales problem. In reality, they have a system problem. If your team is active but not producing pipeline that you're expecting, or just the product isn't converting despite demand, the issue is usually deeper. Misaligned positioning, unclear ICP, or broken handoffs across the funnel. The first step is a full diagnosis of understanding where revenue is actually breaking down, not just where it appears to be breaking. At multiple companies I've worked with, this step alone uncovered that the issue wasn't execution. It was fundamentally flawed GTM architecture. What you want to do is rebuild your ICP and marketing position. Once you identify the breakdown, the next step is clarity around who you're selling to and why they should care. A weak or overly broad ICP creates inefficient pipelines and low conversions. Strong companies win because they are precise. This means redefining your ideal customer profile based on real buying behavior, not just assumptions, and aligning your messaging to a clear, differentiated value proposition. I've seen companies completely transform performance just by tightening their ICP and repositioning their product in a way the market actually understands. And the next thing you want to do is engineering the revenue infrastructure, right? Strategy without infrastructure doesn't scale. You need a system that consistently produces qualified pipeline. This includes your demand generation engine, your SDR functions, sales processes, and performance metrics. At scale, this means rebuilding repeatable frameworks. How leads are generated, how they're qualified, how they move through the funnel, and how teams are structured to support growth. In some cases, building this infrastructure supports a sales organization of over 250 SDRs and 80 account executives, all driven by a unified system. Align execution to outcomes that matter. Finally, everything needs to tie back to measurable outcomes: revenue, efficiency, and long-term enterprise value. Activity alone isn't success. Pipeline quality, conversion rates, and deal velocity are the actual things that drives growth. When your go-to-market system is aligned, you don't just generate revenue. You create scalability, predictability, and ultimately strategic value, including M&A readiness. Rebuilding a broken go-to-market strategy isn't about making small adjustments. It's about re-engineering the system entirely. When you diagnose the real problem, define the right market, build the infrastructure, and align execution to the outcome, that's when you see exponential results. If your growth has stalled, the answer isn't activity, it's a better system. Thank you.